Hello.
Hello.
You can hear me good?
Yep. Can you hear me good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Is the background good enough? Is it too loud?
No, is my background loud?
No, it's quiet.
Okay. To begin, hello everyone. I am your host Kendra Matthews, and tonight we have a special guest, Miss Timberley. Let's give it up for Miss Timberley. Before I start asking Timberley her questions, I am going to give a introduction. Her name is Timberly Brown. She is 22 years old, native of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. She is a recent graduate of Frisk University, where she obtained her Bachelor's of Science degree in Business Administration with a concentration in management. Timberly has a passion for mentoring youth and servicing her community. She believes that everyone deserves a chance to see and experience life from various perspectives. A major career goal for Timberley is to open community centers in poverty stricken cities to give back and provide youth with resources to create a positive path for themselves. Everybody, give it up for Timberly. So, I am going to ask her 5 questions on her personal experience of bullying. Are you ready, Timberly?
Yes.
Okay. Question one: have you experienced bullying? If so, share with us your personal experience.
Okay. Yes, I have experienced bullying before. The bullying for me started when I entered middle school, sixth grade. That was a real tough time for me, especially coming from elementary school. All we know is to be kids. But when you're going to middle school, now you're dealing with teenagers and people who are about to be teenagers and people who just got out of the fifth grade. So that was a hard time for me.
Okay, great. Question number two: were you verbally bullied or physically bullied?
I was more so verbally bullied. No one ever put their hands on me and tried to physically bully me. It was more so just verbal.
Okay. Question number three: where did your bullying take place?
My bullying took place in middle school, in the classrooms, majority of time in the classrooms with different students. Um, Never outside of school. Just most of the time it was in the classrooms.
Okay. Question number four: what were some of the negative words that people would say about you?
So people would talk about my weight. I was a chunkier girl in middle school. They would talk about my hair. I would wear pigtails to school, and they would talk about the clothes I wore. And because I used to get my clothes from Walmart, and I guess that was the issue because around that time people were wearing, all the popular kids would be wearing Abercrombie and Fitch or Hollister, Miss Me, Rots, True Religion, and me personally, I never been into the designer clothing. Nothing wrong with it, but that just wasn't me or my style. So people would talk about me because I wasn't really up to par with what everybody else was doing.
Exactly. Okay, lastly, question five. What helped you overcome this bullying experience?
So when I got to seventh grade, I really didn't experience too much bullying. The bullying did happen my entire sixth grade year. Just really having a support system is what played a part with me being able to get past the bullying and gaining my confidence and knowing that what people had to say to me didn't matter. In life, I go by things in fives. So is it going to matter in 5 days? Is it going to matter in 5 months? Or is it going to matter in 5 years? So that's something that, I use, especially as I got older too, and dealing with different situations. I think of things in fives. So if it didn't matter in those time frames, then I really didn't let it get to me too much, because I knew who I was as an individual and what I could bring to the table. So support system is very important. Having somebody to talk to is very important. And I feel like a reason why a lot of people, commit suicide is because people don't take mental health seriously. They don't have anyone to talk to. They don't have anything they know about the type of guidance they can get to be able to move past the hard times they're going through, especially bullying. We got little kids, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, 10 years old, that's committing suicide because they just don't know how to, what the steps are to get past that phase in their life. And we have to call it a phase because it's so common within society with bullying. So like I stated before, just the support and my friends and teachers and my family, being there and letting me know that I am great, I am enough, I am worthy, no matter what people say. It shouldn't matter, it shouldn't affect you. And with the materialistic things, it's materials. Materials aren't going to be here forever, but character and personality and how you treat people will forever leave a mark on individuals.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Timberly, for sharing with us your experience and your insight. Before we close this interview, is there anything that you would like to leave with someone out there who may be recently still dealing with bullying?
Yes, I would. For anyone out there that's, going through this bully phase and people are talking about you, messing with you, let them talk. Why? Because those people are going through something themselves and they don't have a support system, and they don't have, people behind them that give them positive guidance. They have to they have this energy and this anger built up in them from what they're going through. So when they come to school, it's so many people around them, and it's just like, I can put my energy on you, I can put my anger on you, even if you never did anything to anybody. For me, in school, I've never picked fights with anybody. I was really to myself, the friends that I had in middle school. So, just remember that that individual who's bullying you is being bullied, but is trying to find a way to get that anger and those feelings out, but don't allow them to, stand up for yourself. And you can use your words. You don't have to use violence in order to stand up for yourself. What my parents always taught me is to advocate for myself. And, being able to advocate for yourself, it shows people a different side of you. And it's just like, okay, I'm not gonna, mess with them anymore because they're able to take up for themselves. Bullies only mess with the weak.
Absolutely.
And it's sad, for people who don't know how to take up for themselves. But have those conversations with your family on, how can I take up for myself? What can I do? What steps can I take so that, people can leave me alone? Talk to your teachers if you don't feel comfortable talking to your family. I don't say talk to your friends because it's not really giving a spectrum, especially at those young ages. So talk to somebody older, talk to your teachers, talk to your aunts, your uncles, your grandmother, your grandfather, older siblings, and see what their take is. But my number one thing is advocate for yourself and let people know, you don't appreciate how you're being treated and you want your respect. Whatever they have going on doesn't have anything to do with you, and you should not, take it upon yourself to feel as if that you can bully me so that you can feel better about yourself, because that isn't right. When people stand up for themselves and people see that, okay, this person is standing up for themselves, I'm gonna leave them alone. And then,
Yeah.
and also for bystanders as well. This is a huge problem within bullying, are bystanders. A lot of times people think that they can just stand behind and watch these actions happening, and that's not cool, because you can be an individual that can save somebody's life and, make their life better because they see that somebody else cares and somebody else wants to see better than what the situation there is now. Because not to drag on, but when I got older into middle school, it was a young man on my bus, and it was kids bullying him, and I stood up for him. Like, they were chasing him off the bus every day, and I'm just like, this isn't right. I'm telling my father, I'm like, Dad, they're chasing this boy off the bus every day and bullying him, and I stood up for him. Now, there were people that were mad and upset because I stood up for him, but no, that isn't right, because you wouldn't want anyone bullying your little sister, your little brother. You
Exactly.
wouldn't want anyone bullying your friends. So what makes you think that it's okay for you not to speak up for someone? It's always good to speak up, and it's always a way to go about speaking up. It doesn't have to be negative. It doesn't have to be physical. It doesn't have to be violent. Use your words,
That's
and let people know that it's not okay. I hate people that bully others, because it's sad, because you never know what's going on in this child's home or older person's home.
that.
People talk about what they have on. Maybe their people don't have enough funds to provide for them clothes and their hair. How they are for
Mhm.
you. So that doesn't give you a right to do that to people. So I say, one, advocate for yourself. Two, if you're a bystander, speak up. You never know what happens in the end. It's so many wonderful and beautiful people out here that get bullied, and no one takes up for them. Take up for them. Take up for them. And you never know, y'all can become the best of friends, and they can instill in you, and you can instill in them, and y'all can create a great energy to help other people that's being bullied. And that's why I love what you have going on, Kendra, with your program, and giving out and selling your merchandise and letting people know that bullying is not okay. And I really love the jars that you have made too, because positive affirmations really help people. I know people every
Most
day
def-
that get up, and they stand in the mirror, and they tell themselves, I am enough, I am beautiful, I am smart. No one can take that away from me. And I use positive affirmations, and I remind myself, because sometimes I need a reminder. Everybody needs a reminder that
that's it.
they
Yeah,
are enough. You could, in life, you can become discouraged, especially like with social media, and you see everything that's going on, and you feel like life is moving a little bit too slow for you. And those positive affirmations really help. So I really appreciate what you have going on here, and I appreciate you for asking me to come on to your show and your podcast and speak, because I feel like you are an amazing asset to this community and to the youth. And I pray that the world gets to see what you have going on, and that that even with this conversation that we have right now, we're able to impact someone and give them a better perception on life, and let them know that it's not okay to be bullied. It's not okay to bully people, and these are the steps that you can take so that you can create a better life for yourself, for the bully and the victim.
absolutely. Thank you so much, Timberly. I just, whew, was such a great interview. I felt your heart, I felt your passion, and I just feel like you are a great role model, not just for the youth, but for all ages. And I just pray that whatever God has in you and your purpose and your vision, that you will touch so many people and that they will be impacted by your voice, because you are a voice for the silent. So I just want to say thank you for this interview. Thank you for your kind words. And I just believe people like us is who God put in place for this earth to make a
Yes.
change. So I want to say thank you again, and
Thank
everyone
you.
listening to this podcast. Please take her advice and hear her heart like I did. So we will be dropping this podcast tomorrow, and I'll be sharing it on all of my platforms and tagging Timberly in it. So thank you so much, Timberly, and I will talk to you soon.
No problem. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and you make sure you keep doing the things that people need within this society and just within life in general. And I appreciate your time.
Thank you. You do the same, Queen.
Yes.
All right.